What is up, everybody? So, this is my second time filming this video, so excuse the early frustration, but I guess it's fitting for the title because I'm like most, am sick and tired of Konami giving hero players the shaft. But outside of hero players getting the shaft, we get a lot of good support. Is it just me, or am I not the only person who is tired of waiting forever for companies to do things that just make sense, right? Take Maze and Miratos, for example. This set not only includes zombie stuff, pumpkin stuff, stuff from that weird dude from Yu-Gi-Oh anime who was like a zombie ghost type of dude. In addition to mass hero stuff, which is also Halloween themed, and the shit doesn't come out until February. What freaking sense do that make? I'm just want to say this, Konami. I'm gonna look at the camera right now. What sense do that make? That makes zero sense. Now, is a hero sweat, somebody who's been playing the deck for a long time. I go to Konami's page, right? I just wanted to get some amazing Morotos, more of a up close and personal, seeing like what they put on their Facebook page. No mention of it whatsoever. I'm scrolling to their page, all random BS of just different things that don't announce to the set that appears to be Halloween theme that doesn't come out until February 20th. So here's the thing. I'm sick and tired of Konami and companies in general doing shit like this, where it's kind of like you got stuff that's obviously designed for like Halloween, the holidays, what if it's Christmas, New Year's, coming out months later when it's not even really that relevant anymore. And then on top of that, you also freaking have stuff like the Mass Hero support that came out in the OCG pre Nationals, a deck that a lot of hero players, myself included, would have played in droves at national and did very well with, coming out in a format where, if you look at the OCG right now, they're like a month or two ahead of us, a couple months ahead of us. The deck's not doing too hot. So by the time we get all this stuff in the TCG, it'll see some hype on a local level, but 9 times out of 10, it may not be as competitive as it was when it first dropped. Now, a lot of people are going to say, well, Chris, you're tripping. Heroes never going to be that good anyway. I disagree. Or, and they also might say, well, Chris, that Halloween pumpkin crap is a shit set. That's why Konami released the Chronicle deck that they've been deriding the entire time via the anime. Now, I'm not sitting up here and shit on the Chronicle stuff because I understand there's a lot of branded Despia players who love the Chronicle decks. Here it goes right here. And it just came out this week. But from a marketing standpoint, wouldn't it make more sense to save this deck for February and give us the Maze and Morotos in October, considering that Pumpkin is Halloween theme. Heroes are masked wearing monsters, which are Halloween theme. This deck is full of zombies and magicians, all that are Halloween theme. But no, they give us the anime isk waifu deck that's very competitive, from a lot of people saying, and it's selling really well. So I definitely understand from a monetary standpoint. But at the same time, if anything, they could have released both around the same time. Give the hero players their deck, give the branded desperate players their deck, and then have something different to release during February, or just don't take a release at all. I really miss the days when set releases were more moment. What's the word I'm looking for? Was more special. Now I feel like we're just getting slop every other set, which is why majority of the sets that we get, 99% of the cards are not playable. Only a 1 or 2% of cards are playable in said set. But to get to the original point I wanted to make when I talk about this video, I'm just tired of Konami and different companies running things like it's the 90s. Clearly, there's a lot of people in that company who are out of touch. Like, for example, the Neuron app right here. Japan has been using this for years to schedule tournaments, do different things. And now TCG is not getting just now getting Neuron for you get Neuron's official support for the app for the TCG. You can draw test hands, your deck, see how potential draws look like. That's cool and all, but why wouldn't this just be a deviant of Master Duel to be a simulator? Hell, like I said in my last video, why isn't Master Duel a simulator? It's 2025. We have TCG format, OCG format, Master Duel format of the same damn game. For one, TCG and OCG shouldn't even be separated. But for two, why in the fuck did we add another format that's online only with the same set that has a release schedule that's behind TCG and LCG? It's really asinine and it caused a division amongst the player base that, in my opinion, is not really dwindling as much, but they're aging out of the game and there's not a lot of new players coming in. Yu-Gi-Oh's living off nostalgia, so it really don't make sense to me as a competitive player, well, retired competitive player. Now, as a former competitive player, to keep separating everything like it did back in the day when it made sense for the world. Because back in the 90s and early 2000s, we didn't have access to the information we had nowadays. So for you younger Gen Z folks out there, you might not understand this, but we really in the TCG didn't know what was going on in Japan when it came to Yu-Gi-Oh. Most of us probably thought it was all released around the same time. And once we discovered, hey, they are a few sets ahead of us, we never thought 20 years later or 22 years later that the game will still be running on that, especially when a lot of card games are not doing it anymore because it's old way of thinking. And it's just another corporate greed business practice of squeezing every penny from your consumer base because we have three types of competitive players for modern Yu-Gi-Oh. TCG, OCG, and Master Duel. And Konami is effectively squeezing the penny out of all of us, which is why a lot of players naturally just fall out of the game, fall out of love of the game. Like myself, for example. I kind of fell out of love with Yu-Gi-Oh! I've been playing it for 22 years, going strong. It's just after my own national run this year, like I did pretty decent. I didn't do terrible. I didn't top, but I wouldn't say I did terrible. I still hang in there and was playing all day. It just kind of just threw me off and it just kind of made me realize like they just don't really care about the consumer as much. They're obviously squeezing every penny out of us to just maximize profits, which is something that's just not exclusive to Konami. That's just common companies in general. I am so sick and tired, for example, off topic real quick, when I go to lunch to work, every fucking thing on the lunch menu at every restaurant I go to is like $15 plus. Back in the day, I can say this now because I'm old enough. Back in my day, in my early 20s, you can go to lunch, get a good meal for $6, $7, maybe $4 if you go to the grocery store. You go to the grocery store, go to the food aisle, the grocery store, might get a lunch special for like $2, $3. You can go to Popeyes, get the Tuesday special for like $3, and you can literally survive off $20 a week. But nowadays, especially in the car game world, I'm seeing where it's like companies just like they're just ramping up the squeeze every penny from the consumer because, like I said, it does not make that much goddamn sense in 2025 going into 2026 that companies like Konami has everything split up still, and players like myself who want to play these cool deck archetypes like the hero support when they drop, when there's hype around it, we're getting excited doing testing videos, making us excited to go to locals to have a like to wait forever. By the time we get it, it's kind of like, yeah, we're gonna get a little bit excitement back, but like the bubble already popped already, and you got people like myself who kind of already discovered different hobbies they enjoy, and would rather invest money into that. That's way cheaper and way more fun. I think Konami just missed the mark. But of course, there's gonna be a ton of players saying, "Oh, Chris, you're wrong. You're just a Yu-Gi-Oh hater. If you're miserable with the game, just quit. Go fuck yourself." Like I said, if you don't like the channel, don't watch, unsubscribe. I'm cool with that. But I'm not gonna sit up here and just continue to watch Konami shit on the game that I love, that I've been playing since I was a child, that I want to see prosper. Now, obviously, Yu-Gi-Oh's still doing good. It makes money as a property. But if you have to be a complete dumbass, if I say frank, if you look at Yu-Gi-Oh right now and look around when you go to a card shop and see where's the young blood in the game, where's where's the women in the game? They're non-existent. Most of the people who are been playing Yu-Gi-Oh been playing for years. There's not many girls in the game, and there's not a lot of young people in the game. Those are two things that keep a community growing. And I know this because I play Beyblade. I've seen Pokemon communities at locals. I've seen Lorcana communities at locals. It's a mixed crowd of from older people, like their 60s, to the younger people in their early preteen age or early like childhood age, like 10, 11, 12. And then you got the girls who actually enjoy the hobby because it's not over complex and the community ain't making them feel welcome. The Yu-Gi-Oh community is so goddamn toxic where it's like they so used to being in a toxic relationship with Konami that the people who still play and enjoy Yu-Gi-Oh at a high level, they just shit on everyone else who have a different perspective than them. Like, for example, like I said, I get it I get arguments on both sides, right? I get why a lot of you players say, "Hey, if you don't like the game, just quit or stop complaining about the game, go do something else." I understand that to a T on why you guys say that, but I think a lot of you guys don't understand that there's players like myself who's been around probably longer than you have been playing, or maybe as long as you have playing, you just have a different perspective. And the way we see things is kind of like the game won't last another 10 years like this. And if it does, half of the people at a YCS are going to be in their 40s and 50s. Are you really gonna be telling me that most people who playing Yu-Gi-Oh right now are gonna be going to YCSs consistently in their 40s and 50s? I'm 35. A lot of good players are in their late 20s, early 30s. By the time a lot of y'all get to y'all late 30s, half of y'all gonna be quitting the game anyway. There's no more kids in the game, really. Maybe a couple here and there who learned the game from their dad or their older brother, but for the most part, there's no more people getting bred into the game. And the reason why I bring up the girl aspect, because let's be real right now. A lot of dudes like being around chicks. That's just being real. And a lot of times, too, when a chick enjoy a hobby, she brings her friends. They might meet a dude. They have a kid. The kid grows up in a Yu-Gi-Oh household or a Pokemon household or a Beyblade household or whatever hobby you enjoy. And now that kid is into it. And that's how you keep the economy of the game growing. But I kind of deviated off the point a little bit. Back to the main point. I'm sick and tired of the way Konami's running thing with Yu-Gi-Oh. All in conclusion, they need to like fuse everything together. Stop releasing everything so separate. No more of this TCG, OCG bullshit. Put everything together, release it simultaneously like they did this branded Despia deck, and actually make the format the same. And people theorize that's what they're doing now because they did get the worldwide release and they see how the hype is. Like this is a really good decision for them to release it all around because the anime effectively came out at the same time we all get to enjoy it. So they didn't play favoritism in this part, but I really believe that they just need to say, and I thought they would have been, this year would have been perfect after the Worlds to just say, hey, we're gonna catch up everything within one big TCG set. Moving forward, TCG and OCG worldwide releases. We're not doing this shit anymore. We're gonna be more transparent on ban lists. And the prize structure is the prize structure, and we hope the game grow, and we hope to bring you guys in. And they need to release a fire anime too, because without an anime, you're not really gonna keep the players in. Like this shit right here, this branded SP anime was really good. I could see my son watching something like this because like anime is huge, especially with Gen Z. My son's Gen Z. Anime is huge. And the younger crowd, they make a good Yu-Gi-Oh anime with a good story that's not that like they did in here, and it's actually really popular. Get a lot of those popular anime YouTubers reviewing it. Get like a dude like Kai Cenat talking about it to get my son's generation into the game. You'll have a fresh blood of kids into Yu-Gi-Oh, or at the very least, you'll keep the property growing strong enough to at least go virtual and have people play that way. But anyway, tell me what you guys think, man. Am I right or wrong? Do you guys agree with me? Let me know in the comments down below. It's your boy Rogue here, and I'm signing out. Peace. See you guys in the next video, whenever that is. Peace.